Hello, 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 ladies. Oh my goodness. Welcome to today's lesson. Welcome, welcome. Let me get all my goodies all set. How are you? How are you? Let me know in the comments how you are. I cannot believe that we are reaching the end of this program, and it's something to always remember, though, that it's never the end, right? This work is always ongoing, and we always get more love that we have for ourselves. And I've been playing with the light. I got a new light, so I don't know how bright to get this going. Gotta play with new things, right? So I'm feeling so good about today's lesson, and I know our last lesson is going to be super amazing as well. And just let me know how it's been, how the lessons have been for you, and if there's any last pieces that come in for questions. We will have our last Q&A and our celebration call, so that's next week, which is crazy, next week. And I'll give you a little bit of extra time, so you'll still have some time in the group, so it's not going to end, I'm not going to cut you off on that day, but I'll give you details on that as we get closer. Let me get the music down and let's dive into today's lesson. So, welcome to today's lesson. Today we are talking about the love inside of our bodies, love for our bodies, inside of our bodies, just all of the love, even hair situations, because that's part of our bodies. I'm going to get my hair cut here soon, so hopefully that situation gets a little bit more handled. So, love for our body and trusting and honoring our body it's such an important piece. And I know we're talking about this more at the end of the program, but it's important to talk about this a little bit more down the line, because I want you to understand the parts of you that block you from loving you in all ways, including your body. And our body is such an important piece of our life. Our body allows us to play here on earth. Our body allows us to exist here as humans. Our bodies allow us to be and to be alive. And without our bodies, then we have nothing, right? And we need, right? We want our bodies, but we also don't just want just our bodies, right? It's the whole integration of all of the systems. We want our body and our hearts and our minds and our soul and everything to be co-creating and coexisting and being in relationship with each other. This is what being in relationship and in a loving relationship is having all of those pieces be in harmony and be in alignment and be on the same page for you and who you are and what your desires are and the direction you want to go in life. And so allowing the space for all these pieces is so important. And so we don't want just to, as I said, just to have our bodies, because then, that's when we're just our bodies, and we don't want to be just our bodies either, because that's, if you think of someone who, when their mind is shut down or they're in a coma, where yes, they're there in body, but they're not really there. And it's so many of us too move through life in this way. It's almost like we put ourselves in our own coma. And this is how I had lived my life for a long time, as a people pleaser. And so many of us women do this, that we shut down access to ourselves and to just what's inside of our bodies and, the mind and our heart and our soul. And so then we just walk around like zombies and we're asleep, but our bodies are here. Our bodies are here, but not all of us is here. So when we know that our body is important because it is the home of your soul, it's the home of you. You exist because of your body. You exist, you get to show up here and you get to move and groove and present yourself and explore yourself and express yourself all through your body. You get to speak through your body. You get to feel through your body. You get to do all the things with your body. And all of those pieces of the feeling in your body and expressing and expanding that's something that we really dive into in the Embody program, is really taking all these pieces and amplifying it so that you show up as the woman that you want to be, as a soul queen as you want to be, and really express that, to embody and express. That's what we really dive into in the Embody program. But here, it's so important to be able to embody all those pieces that you want to be as a woman and to feel them and express them, is to love the body that you're in. Because through your body, that's the feminine experience that we get to have. That we want to have love coming through our body and toward our body and from our body. Otherwise, we're going to block and restrict ourselves. And so loving our body, this is something that it's hard for many of us. It's the beliefs that we really get about what our bodies are supposed to be and look like. And that this is the perfectionist. The perfectionist inside of us often feel that we need to look a certain way in order to be loved, right? And remember those statements of in order to be loved, then we miss the point and we're trying to redirect. We're trying to find our love externally when it is here. And it gets to be connected to and love in other people, but we start it in here. And so loving our bodies as they are and not expecting perfection, and also not having it be from a people pleaser type of standpoint as well. I noticed actually this started to kind of percolate a little bit the last few weeks, is I was feeling that I need to be in this perfect body in order for my husband to love me, and that in order to like make him happy in some way. And I'm like, where are these thoughts coming from? So this is where you want to be very aware. You want to be very aware of what are you thinking and feeling toward your body, and what expectations are you putting on your body. The expectations to show up in a certain way and be a certain way and look a certain way in order to be sexy, to be loved, right? We'll talk about sexy in the Embody program, but really to be loved and to be able to show up in your life. And it shows up in all the places when you really take a look at, what is the relationship that I have with my body right now? And be honest. Is it a loving relationship? Is it an unconditional relationship with your body? Unconditional meaning your body doesn't have to look perfect or behave perfectly in order to be loved by you or by anybody else, but we're talking about you and your love toward you. Is it conditional on you having a certain weight? Is it conditional on you eating the right foods? Is it conditional on you, having X number of miles that you ran, or conditional on you having done X amount of workouts? Or is it conditional on, having a certain frame of your body, certain body fat, certain muscle, certain, not having stretch marks? Like, if only I didn't have these stretch marks, then I could love myself. If only I had, less pounds, I could love myself. If I had less tummy fat, I would be able to love myself. If only all those. But that's conditional. That is conditional love toward your body, the home of your soul. And I know we talked a little bit about this, but I want to be going deeper into this, because the love of your body, this is one of the hugest pieces that us as women struggle with, because we get bombarded with so many images and beliefs of how we're supposed to look in order to be, the perfect woman and to be loved. No, that is all conditional. And it's all as we talked about before, the standards in our life. That's not the standard that is love for your body. The standard of love for you in any form, but here, as we talk about your body, the standard of love for your body is not of a conditional love. Unconditional. That's what we want. Unconditional means that you're not putting parameters around your love. You're not putting stipulations around the love for your body. You're not putting if this, then that. If I had less fat, then I could love myself. If I, worked out more, then I would love myself. If I didn't have this, then I could. If then. No, now. Because what that does, if we get trapped in the if-then place, not only does this delay the love for yourself, because it means I have to have all these things set in place And then I can love myself. And let me ask you, be honest with this one too. Have you ever been able to have all of those stipulations existing at the same time? And be loving yourself too. Be honoring of yourself and your body at the same time. I don't think it exists. I really truly don't think it can exist. When we put all of those if then, all those conditions, that there's no love in that. We don't exist in that. Our bodies are then some sort of manipulated thing that we get to have in order to be loved in that, and loving ourselves. That's not honoring. That's not love at all. But we get bombarded with those messages, or we believe, or we hold them ourselves that, oh, I need to look a certain way in order to love myself and be loved by others. What if you could love yourself now, as you are, as your body is right now? To send love over to your body as it is, as it exists in this world, in this moment, in this second. Loving your body. I love you, body. And feeling it. This is such a huge piece in the way of love, and all of these pieces is receiving that love. Because it's one thing to just say it, I love you. I love me. But to receive it, to really let it sink in, to allow this truth to be a truth, to allow it to be real inside of you, to allow it to exist inside of you. That is the truth, that you get to love you now. You are love inside of your body. Your body is so beautiful and so wonderful and so magnificent as it is now. And I know we're always in progress. And I know we want to be working toward a more healthy and honoring and loving type of body. And I'll get to that in just a moment about what that means and what that looks like. But it's loving now, removing all of the conditions of if then, in order to all of those, uncovering all of that and revealing what is actually true, that your body is so wonderful and so beautiful just as it is. And I know it's easier said than done because it's easy. Let me say that again. It's easier said than done because it actually is easy. So many of us actually put the conditions and do the external seeking of validation of love because we're used to the hard. We're used to the proving. We're used to the work. We're used to the struggle. We're used to all of that. We're used to the protection. We're used to all the pieces that is hard work. This is the hustle. This is the masculine energy type of place, and not the really good divine type of masculine that is the loving support, but the more suppressive, the more wounded, the more the ick type of masculine energy. And this puts us in this exhaustion of seeking and pushing and proving what already actually is. And this is what can be, to use that word, hard, because it is easy. It means that we literally just get to sit down and know that we are perfect as we are. We get to sit down and know that your body is already amazing, is already valuable, is already such a wonderful home for your soul. And it's okay if you want to make some improvements, if you want to make some changes, make some adjustments, redecorate, if you will. That's okay. But what it is right now, your body as it is, as you just touching in your body, is to love your body as it is right now. And it gets to be that easy. It gets to be that easy. We create the resistance. We create the conditions. We create the obstacles in our way. We create the equations of if this, then that, and then we create some sort of calculus type of situation that is impossible to get to the end And then when you get to the end, it's like, oh my gosh, now this was just miserable. I'm just even thinking about myself when I actually did take calculus. Miserable, miserable. And I don't know if you've ever taken calculus. Oh my gosh, this is totally fitting for what we're talking about. If you've ever taken calculus, they teach you, and I'm probably going to butcher some of these words because I don't even remember it all. Thank goodness. But they teach you like the long formulaic way, like pages of the formula to get to the result. I'm thinking of like cosine and sine. That's the only things I remember. I don't even remember. But they teach you the whole long way to get to the results. And then they teach you the way to actually get there faster, like the shortcut type of way, the like one line type of way to get to the equation. And I always got so pissed off. I'm like, why do I need to go through all of this work? Why do we need to go through all of this full-blown equation, pages and pages of work that's just as miserable and as hard and exhausting when there's the easier route? Why can't we just take the easier route? Do I need to know and learn this whole piece in this equation? No, it is pointless. It is useless because we literally have the equal sign. We don't need to put conditions around it. We can have it be the short equation, if you will. You equals loved. You equal love. That's it. That's it. That's the short equation. And it gets to be that easy. But we put the long formulaic type of equation like in the chemistry piece, not chemistry, calculus piece. I think I mentioned chemistry, but still, same with chemistry. But in calculus piece is we could use a whole long equation and try to get this result at the end. And if we make one, and I hated this too, if you make one wrong mistake, one change of a number, one negative sign when it should have been a plus sign, one little tiny mistake, and the whole equation is fucked. And then you don't get the answer. You get like -1 something something instead of what you're supposed to get. And it's like, oh my gosh, one mistake just messes up the entire work, the entire equation. There's like perfectionism built into that. Like, heck no, that is not how we want to have our love toward our bodies, toward ourselves. Our body gets to have the love from simply existing. It gets to have the equals love. My body equals love. My body equals beautiful. My body equals amazing. My body equals sexy. My body equals beautiful. My body equals whatever it is your body equals. It gets to be that easy. It doesn't have to be my body minus cellulite plus some muscle minus 15 pounds of fat and plus these perfect clothes, plus the perfect hairstyle minus I don't know the moles I have on my back, plus that's the equation that we do. Let's stop making love for ourselves into some crazy calculus equation. Let's just stop. Just stop. Put the pen down and make it easy. But we make it hard on ourselves because we don't trust that it gets to be that easy. We don't trust that it gets to be that way, that it just is an equal sign. That my body equals beautiful and that's it. That's it. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. But putting down the complications, putting down the conditions, putting down the plus this, minus this, times that, like divided by how many meals I work out, and my body is only loved if I worked out, X amount of times this week, and all these stipulations. That is exhausting. Exhausting. Are you exhausted? I'm exhausted just even talking about it. So this is where we get to, because I know the mind, even a part of my mind is going, yeah, but. So for example, even when, because I was feeling a bit in my feminine today, so I wanted to wear this, I always love this dress, it's nice and long. And I put on this dress, and right before I came on here for you ladies on this lesson is I was standing in the bathroom, and I have it kind of tied up tight right here. Let's see. Oh, you're going to see my boobs for a second. I have it like tied right here, and it's tied tight so my boobs don't fall out. And I haven't found the right bra to wear this, so I'm just letting the girls hang out. And so it's tied tight, which means the love handles, to use that word, which is interesting. They call it love handles, right? Because we get to love them. I definitely have some love handles. There's definitely, right? There's definitely more body on my body, which means more body for me to love. But there was a moment when I looked in the mirror and I went, and then I went, nope. These are those moments, right? We got to flip them and switch them, where it's like, no, I'm going to send love to my body right now because I don't need to go and criticize myself. So this is what the if then, like, if I didn't have this, then I would love myself, then I would be amazing. No, it's I love myself now. I don't need to criticize myself now because that just pushes love away. Criticizing pushes love away from you. It puts gaps between you and the love that you have for you. So criticizing does that, and the conditions. Criticizing and conditions just pushes love away. So you plus criticism plus conditions equals less love. No love. Not a good equation. We don't want that. It's interesting I'm speaking in equations because I don't like math. I don't like it. And I'm not very good at it, and that's okay. But we get to love ourselves in that moment. So when you walk by a mirror or put on clothes, maybe you put on some pants. I mean, especially all through this COVID stuff, I definitely don't fit into my jeans anymore. And that's okay. But putting on jeans, it's like, okay, these are the moments where it's like, well, is it okay that I don't fit into them right now? Can I love myself in this moment where I notice a little bit more fat on my body, where I notice I don't fit into these jeans that I once did, that when I notice that, maybe my stomach is sticking out, when I notice, XYZ, when you notice something of your body that is not in perfection land, how do you respond to that? How do you respond to yourself? First step is love. I love you. I love you as you are right now. And I can't remember the words I said to myself in the mirror what did I say? I said something like, you are an amazing woman, you sexy, curvy woman. So I was loving my curves. I was loving all up on my curves. And so then I was like, I like that. Stop it, Chelsea. Thanks for telling me that. So it's loving ourselves in that moment. So when you are aware of you criticizing you and that pushes the love away, you want to step into your soul queen self and go, no, I deserve love right now, just as I am, just for simply existing. This is for you is in your body and just for you and your emotions and energy in general, but just for your body existing, it gets to be loved. It gets to be loved. No conditions necessary. Should be like disclaimer. But my body, no conditions necessary to be loved, right? It gets to be loved. So loving yourself in that moment, and it's okay to want to redecorate, want to make adjustments, want to make changes in your body. But the key piece here is, ladies, is when you are shifting anything about how your body looks, that you're doing it from love and you're doing it from respect and you're doing it from honoring your body, not out of punishment, not out of fear, not out of trying to minimize those conditions. So what do I mean by this? I mean, after you loving yourself in that moment of accepting what is right now, because acceptance of where you're at right now is the fastest road to getting on where you actually want to go. If you don't accept, you're not even on the road. You're not even on the road of love. Not even on it. So we want to accept. We want to accept as we are and ask ourselves, what do I desire? So it's always, what do I desire? What do I desire to do right now that is loving for my body in the way of redecorating, in the way of, moving toward more love. One of my biggest pieces, I like clean energy. So I love to move toward clean energy and more love in my body, and, see what my body even gets to be when it's made from love. So I had too, and I know I talked a little bit about this before, but it's there way back in the day when I was married to my ex-husband. I had like a rockin' body, like a rockin' body, but it was coming from punishment, and it was coming from external validation, and it was coming from, I have to look this way in order to. So it was all the if thens and in order tos. And the result was, a bang dang looking like strong ass body, and I had like a 4-pack or something, and it was ridiculous. But it wasn't made from love. That body was not created in love. That body was created in punishment and avoidance of my emotions and trying to get that external validation. It wasn't from in loving myself. And so many of us women do this, that we, work out or we diet or we restrict ourselves from a place of punishment and restriction, and from conditions of, I need to look this way or be this certain way in order to love myself. But what if we switch that around? What if you took the actions from love and transmuted the energy from those actions into even more love? So what I mean by this is when I work out now, I'm not doing it from ugh, I'm fat, or ugh, I need to look better, or ugh, right, from that ugh place, from that punishment, from the conditioned place, or, I have to work out more, or I need to eat less, or I need to eat, the good food, all those pieces, or I need, to hide myself, any of those pieces come from self-judgment and criticism and not in honoring of our bodies. But instead, like when I work out, I'm doing it from love. I want to love and honor my body by moving it. And I want to feel good in my body. So I'm going to move my body so I can move the energy around and love and honor my body through that movement. And what results from that, I don't know, right? It doesn't matter what our bodies actually look like. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you are creating, what is resulting from, what unfolds from your loving actions toward your body. That's the important piece. What results from that, it's going to be love. So it doesn't matter what it looks like, because remember, it's not conditional. It's not, I have to be a size 4, or I have to be, 150 pounds. I have to be this. No, it gets to be what it is. What if, think about this, what if the body that you have and create from love actually weighs more than what you keep striving for? So maybe you're trying to be, I'm just picking a random number. Maybe you're trying to be 140 pounds. Where we get these numbers, I don't even know. I know the number I used to pull from was what I weighed in high school. Like that's going to happen. I was a girl at that time. Women, we've got a body. We've got flesh. We've got fat. We've got muscle. We've got pounds. We have a body to love. As girls, right? We don't want to be back to that girl type of place, which, Yep. And something that's coming up for me too. This is what, right? We see this which is a whole nother conversation, in pornography and in magazines, the body type that represents girl, right? That represents girl, not the curves, not the fullness, it's changing, of course, but this is where the focus has been on, let's be this. And it's this focus on trying to put us women to look like girls, because if we are girls and look like girls, then we're not going to be in our power, and we're not going to be in our womanness, and if we're not in our womanness, then we're not in our powerful energy and our powerful love. What if we just allowed our bodies to be woman? A woman's body is full. A woman's body is curvaceous. A woman's body is going to bloat out some, especially on a period. Your woman's body is going to fluctuate and change. A woman's body is changing and evolving. It's not set in stone, and it's not a stick figure. It's not. Unless that is the natural expression of your body, but we don't try to force our bodies to be something that it's not, because that's the conditional place again, right? So we want to move and we want to be in love. So it's what can I tell myself as I'm moving, as I'm eating what I'm eating, as I'm working out, as I'm moving my body? Why am I doing this? What is the point from it from a love perspective? Not, I want to work out every day in order to lose weight. Now, see, we're getting stuck into that conditional place again. Or I'm going to eat X amount of calories in order to, lose this fat. It's always restrict to lose. Restrict to lose. We want to flip that around and say, let's hold the abundance of love for ourselves so that we can gain more love for ourselves. Abundance and gaining, not restrict and lose. So it's, can I choose to move my body today from a place of I love? I want to honor my body by moving my body today. And then asking, how do I want to move my body and to honor my body today? And then listen. This is that trusting, and this is the listening, and this is the honoring of your body, that your body knows what it wants. Your body knows what it needs. Your body knows. Because your body and your soul are having a conversation, are having a relationship and a conversation, and you listening to that is going to give you signals. Because when you ask your body, your soul is going to tell you, and your body is going to have a response inside your body. So if you ask yourself, or say, I need to run 10 miles today. Just even say it right now. I have to run 10 miles today in order to lose weight today. Ooh, I kind of felt that like right here in my sternum. It's just got tight a little bit. So it's your body is going to tell you, is this a yes or is this a no? Is this what's going to feel loving and pleasurable to me and honoring to me and my body? Or does this feel like a push? Does this feel like I have to do this? Does this feel like an obligation? Does this feel like a condition? Does this feel like I have to do this in order to achieve X? Because that's something in the way of love and moving forward and being in your body and all of this. So this even blows way more into the bigger picture. But as we're talking about the love inside of your body, it's an ongoing unfolding process. You are never meant to reach some achievement and end game. It's nice to celebrate those moments along the way of maybe celebrating some pounds lost on your body. That's okay to do that. But in the name of celebration, because you got to that place from love. Moving forward in your life from a place of punishment, criticism, judgment, conditions, have-tos is not sustainable. It is not sustainable. What is sustainable is loving yourself through the process, letting it unfold. And how it unfolds is loving yourself in that unfolding and knowing that you are not meant to control what your body looks like. You are not meant to have this picture of what your body is meant to look like and then try to force your body into that picture, into that box. That is like small, lack, restrictive type of energy. We're not meant to know that. So would it be okay to really honor and love your body in the unfolding process and take actions in love? Talk to your body with love, asking your body, how do you want to move today? How do you desire to move? And listen to your body in the movement too. Like if you're working out and you're, moving and your body is telling you like, I need to stop. And there's a difference between your body telling you I'm done versus, just a part of you being like, I don't want to do this. Like there's a part of me that throws a temper tantrum sometimes about working out, and my inner soul queen goes, no, I know you just want to like twiddle your thumbs and watch Netflix right now, but I want to honor my body. I want to love my body. I want to show up for my body. I want to show up for me and love, and doing it in a place that feels loving. So it's loving yourself in those moments and catching yourself when you criticize and judge yourself, and flip it around as fast as you can, and telling yourself, no, you're beautiful now. You're beautiful now, and we're going to take some loving actions toward your body, towards more health, toward more support, toward more love. Because being in a healthy body, of course, is loving. But we want to get to that healthy body from love, right? Not from the criticizing and the, restrictions and all those kind of pieces, because it's not sustainable. It's really not. Love is sustainable. Conditions are not. Hear that again. Love is sustainable. Conditions are not. So we want to love ourselves through the process, and choosing to, so I mentioned before about transmuting the energy as well. So one of the things that I absolutely love doing, is when I'm moving my body and when I almost want to redefine it from not calling it working out, because then it feels like work and it feels like, ugh, working out. Maybe we could redefine this. I don't know what it would be. Loving movement. I don't know. Loving movement. Movement of love. Movement with love. We'll have to play with that one. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But instead of this working out, that's like the grit, the push, the masculine, we don't want to be doing that. It's okay to, push a little bit and expand a little bit, but we want to approach it with love and move through it with love. And when you're in the whatever the workout or the movement of love is choosing, where do you want to put that energy? So when you are working out, when you are moving your body, you are expending energy. And you're breaking down some muscle fat. And I'm not even going to go down to all of the details, because I am not an expert in that. But although I took classes back in the day, those are tough classes. But we're moving energy. But because energy never goes away, right? Energy is energy is energy. And it just gets transmuted and shifted and moved into something different. Because we cannot take away or add to energy, it just is. And I don't remember the equation for that is. But apparently I'm all about the math again today. But we have our energy, so you get to choose. When I move my body, where do I want to put, what energy do I want to put this energy into? So I always choose love. I am like, when I'm like maybe doing some push-ups, or I'm on my Peloton bike, or I'm, doing some yoga, I am choosing that I am moving this energy that is releasing from my body, that it's being released in love. That it's pure love. All that energy is love that gets to be released. And sometimes I play with, where do I want this love to go? Do I want this love to come back to me today? That I get to, more I'm working out, then it becomes this, like, I'm just, building more love in the world. Like, how amazing is that? Rather than punishment, or I have to work out this way in order to. It's, I'm working out because I am expanding the love inside myself and inside of the world. I'm moving my body for that reason. All in love, all in love. So choosing, when I move my body and this energy is moving and being released in my body, right? Even the sweat that comes out and all the energy movement that happens. Where do I choose first that this is all love that's being moved and released, but then I don't want just the love to just be released and then just go out anywhere, right? I want to decide where it goes. And you get to decide where it goes too. Do you want that love? Do you want to send it out do you want to send it out just to the world in general? Do you want to receive that love back today? Do you want to send it out to a certain person? That's what gets to be this regeneration of love. It's like this expanding of love that happens from the movement in your body. So even as I say that right now, like, that gets me excited to move my body. That just feels good to move my body with that in mind, with that intention in mind. So you can use this in really changing your perspective of, what is my approach to moving my body, or, the foods that I'm eating. Am I doing it from love? Am I doing it from intentional? Am I doing it from this very compassionate place? Or am I doing it from that punishment, restrictive, have to, in order to, this conditional, that I'm trying to do all these things in order to fit myself into a certain box? Or is it choosing, I'm doing this all in love? Is this loving to my body right now? This works with food too, right? When we eat something, does this feel loving to my body? Would eating this feel loving to my body? Would this feel good in my body? Because for us, we want to focus on the love and the feel good, not on, whatever calories this is or blah, blah, blah. Does this feel good? Does this feel loving? And this happens. I was talking with a client the other day of celebration, and she was celebrating with ice cream. And the guilt started to pop in, right? The guilt started to pop in of like, ooh, and oh my gosh, I haven't had ice cream in forever, and I was restricting. And it's like, yeah, because that's not how we want to do it. It's okay to have the ice cream. It's okay to have the slice of pizza sometimes. Having those yummy pieces in our life is love. It's loving because we deserve to have those pleasures and the yummies and the deliciousness in life. It doesn't have to just all be like, working out 5 hours every day and eating lettuce and chicken all the time. Like, boring. Some of the times, yes, we're going to do that. Not the 5 hours a day. Now we're into a whole different realm, but you get to have that balance. So when you are choosing, because you get to choose, you get to decide what feels loving to your body. You get to decide. The thoughts that you get to tell yourself, does this feel loving to me? What thoughts do I want to say to myself? If I ask my soul queen in me, what does she have to say about my body? Can I write them down? And can I say them to myself over and over and over again? This creates those new neural pathways in your brain so that you can more easily access these loving beliefs about your body over and over and over again. And as you're learning them, you just write them down, put them on your mirror, say them to yourself, put it on your, excuse me, get excited. Put it on the background on your phone, anywhere to remind yourself of the truth of what is. So the thoughts you have toward yourself, which then helps the feelings of love, the loving feelings that we get to have, and then listening to your body, trusting it, right? And our bodies know if it doesn't sound good. Like if you tell yourself something pretty negative and icky and you actually listen to your body and how your body responds, does your body feel loved and open and honored with that thought that you just said? Or is your body like in shame, like, oh, kind of like reprimanded, like, oh my gosh, I have to have a flat tummy in order to like experience pleasure with a partner? Like, what? Oh, okay, I guess I'll work out more. I guess I'll restrict myself. I guess I'll punish myself. I guess I'll make this happen because I'm getting like reprimanded here. I'm getting criticized. I'm getting judged. I'm getting shamed, right? It's like, ugh. Our bodies go like this. We want to open. We want to love. We want to create this beautiful place inside of our body from all the yummy thoughts that we say, all the yummy food that we get to eat. All of it gets to be yummy and delicious that you get to choose. And that might mean a slice of pizza today. And that might mean, a big delicious salad the next day, the next meal. If it feels loving to you, then it's wonderful for you. So this is where we get to remove the criticism, remove the judgment, remove the restrictions, remove the stipulations, remove the rules. We cannot love our body when we're putting rules on it. We cannot love our body with rules. That's the if this, then that. That's the equation. That's the black and white type of place. That's the in order to have and receive, but it already is. Remember, it gets to be easy. It gets to be easy. So what would it be like to allow your body to be loved as it is right now? How it moves right now, how it looks right now, how it feels right now, how it communicates with you right now, that right now it gets to be loved. and you get to make those adjustments that you desire to make toward and with love, more healthy, more honoring of your body, to have clean energy in your body, to feel good. One of my biggest focuses now is, yes, clean energy in my body, but it's to feel good. To feel good and to feel the love, which feels good. Focusing on that for your body, to have that feel good place and to have more and more love, the abundance of love, the abundance of feel good, and approaching things from that place. It gets to be wonderful in that. So it's, does this feel good or does this not feel good? And follow the feel good. And the feel good in the way of what your inner soul queen knows feels good. So this is where having those differentiations of those parts into you are so important, because your people pleaser might be like, well, it does feel good working out 5 hours. It does feel good because this means I'm going to make this person happy. So this does feel good. But does it? But does it, when you really ask your body, was those 5 hours that you worked out, did that actually feel good? Right? And your perfectionist side, when you look in the mirror and your perfectionist is running the show, it's going to feel good. Judging, criticizing, and saying, oh, no, your nose has to be this different, and we got to slim that down a little bit, and look at that cellulite on your butt, and oh my gosh, all these things, like that feels good. But it's not real feel good. It's punishing feeling good. It's the, how would I describe this? It's almost like the feel good of, I'm thinking of, if you've seen that movie Aladdin, like the original Aladdin. And Aladdin has, or the Sultan, it's the Sultan, right? He has his advisor, his trusted advisor, Jafar. His trusted advisor, Jafar. And the Sultan turns to Jafar for all of his thoughts and like, what do you think about this? Should we do this? Should we not? This is what happens when we hand over our love to our people pleaser, perfectionist, the overachiever, the numb out part of you, all those different parts of you, because when we hand that over, we're actually handing it over to the Jafar energy until we gain more leadership in our soul self, which is a lot of what we talk about in the soul support membership, which is keep gaining in leadership of your soul self so that those parts in you aren't leading as much. But when you are leading with, and say your perfectionist is in the mirror and strongly leading it, it's a Jafar situation, which means it's kind of like, wahahaha. It's like the Jafar is like when he does the evil things, he feels good by doing it, right? It's the feel good because his mission is to not do good. So when he doesn't do good, it's going to feel good for him, but it's in alignment with the not feel good. It's in alignment with evil, if you will, rather than love, although it's a strong word, but it's in alignment with the judgment and the criticizing, and it's not in alignment with love. So it feels good because it's, your perfectionist or your people pleaser, your overachiever, right? Like your overachiever probably is wanting to do like the, let me work out every single day for the next, 500 days. And if I miss one day, then I'm a piece of shit. And it's like, oh my gosh, no, definitely not. But your overachiever is going to want to do all those things, right, in order to be loved when you already are loved. And if you do those days in a row, your overachiever is going to feel good, but it's not the right feel good, because that focus, those actions are not loving actions. So this is when it's okay, feeling good from loving actions that are in alignment with what feels good with your body and with your soul, not with your inner protectors. Because that's not in alignment with love. That's in alignment with fear and protection. Does that make sense? So we want to do that feel good of the openness, the feel good of peace, the feel good of love that's inside of your body. Not the feel good that I I'm going to please somebody else, not the feel good that comes from the condition of being perfect, not the feel good from the condition of I just achieved, my 50th day in a row of, whatever. It's the feel good of, I did this in love. Oh my gosh, I just expanded love for myself. Oh my gosh, I just moved my body in love. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, from moving my body in love and doing all these pieces from love, I lost 5 pounds. Like, that's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm celebrating myself from moving and eating and talking to myself from love, all from love. Then we get to compound that love more and more and more and more and more. And again, whatever results from that doesn't matter. It does not matter, because your body doesn't have to look a certain way to be loved. You just need to move it in love, talk to it in love, move through life in love, feel in love. What it looks like doesn't matter. If you want to, right? If you want to, I don't know, change up your hair because that just feels good for you, great. But don't do it out of fear. Don't do it out of conditions. Or if you're, all the working out or wearing certain clothes, all that kind of thing, don't do it from fear. Do it from love. From love. So I'm going to tap in to see if there's anything else I wanted to share with you ladies today. Body love is such an important piece because it's where everything else is housed, right? Our bodies are housed here. So I really want you ladies to focus on between now and our next lesson is turn the volume up on your body love. And so I want you to stand in front of a mirror and just shine it with so much love. Say so many amazing things. Go back to one of the meditations that's all about the love for your body and feel it. Excuse me. I all start like nose itchies and burpage and coughs and stuff when I get all excited. It's kind of funny. I love it. But loving your body and sending it all of the amazing things. So if you remember in one of our earlier on lessons, right, we had those that you drew the sun and you had all those beliefs that you put into the sun. Those things like that you get to say to your body too, that you are amazing, that you are beautiful, that you are sexy, that you are wonderful, and telling your body that, like really telling your body that. And if you want to do it with clothes on first, great. This says something that will even expand more into the Embody program, which is in our, our flesh and more in our pleasure, and doing it without any clothes on. If you want to do it without clothes on too, like do it, go for it. And I would even challenge you to do it from that place, is just seeing your body and finding all the places where I love this. I love this about my body. Looking through the lens of love at your body, not from judgment, not from criticism, not from has to look this way in order to be loved, but switching that lens. It's almost like if you were at the eye doctor and we just put down the new lens. It was blurry before, but now it's clear, and you're looking at yourself from the eyes of your soul self. And tell yourself all the beautiful and amazing things. And your mind, those protectors in you, are going to want to take the microphone and say, yeah, but look at this fat on your side. Yeah, but look at the cellulite. That's when you do and you practice in that gentle. No, I love myself even with my cellulite. I love myself because of my cellulite. I love myself right now because of this curve in my stomach. I love myself because my breasts look this way. I love myself. You get to love yourself in all parts of yourself. All parts of yourself. All parts of yourself. There's not one part of you on your body that is exempt from your love. Nope. Your nose gets to be loved. Your stomach gets to be loved. Your tushy gets to be loved. Your toes get to be loved. Even I have like long princess toes, as I call them. Even those get to be loved. Even my big booty gets to be loved, right? Everything, all parts of you get to be loved. Your breasts get to be loved. Your back gets to be loved. Right? Your shoulders get to be loved. Your hands get to be loved. Your vulva gets to be loved. Even inside of yourself, your heart gets to be loved. Your stomach gets to, like your inner stomach gets to be loved. Your kidneys get to be loved. Right? All the blood in your body gets love. Like, oh my gosh, have you ever sent love to the blood in your body? I haven't. I'm totally going to send love to that part of me, because love pumping through your body, the blood pumping through your body, and sending love to that. Imagine this. Whew. That sending all that love to all the different parts of you, and including the blood that flows through you, that nourishes your stomach, that nourishes your chest, that nourishes your hands, that allows you to move your feet, that allows your lips to speak out, that allows you to see and move and speak and be in your body. The blood pumping through your body is love pumping through your body. And imagining that. And sending love. I'm sending love to the blood in my body and allowing it to carry all the love through all my organs. And that allows me to feel and allows me to be in my body and allows me to experience my body and allows me to feel the love for me. Your body allows you to feel the love for you. Isn't that amazing? It's so amazing. This is how phenomenal your body is. It's freaking phenomenal. It's so phenomenal. You just got to see it from that lens, and it gets to be that easy. So your homework is to stand in front of the mirror and shower yourself with love. And do it every day, at least between now and our next lesson. And not just a face smear. We want full body action. And notice if you don't even have a full body mirror in your house. A lot of women don't, because they avoid seeing themselves. They avoid that if I don't have this mirror, then I don't have to look at myself. And if I don't look at myself, then I don't have to judge myself. But we want the mirror because we want to have, right? And you can even, until you get that full length mirror too, just even looking down at your body and sending all the love and all the pieces. I love you, fingers. And I love you, all these pieces, sending that love. You can never, ever, ever, ever send yourself too much love. Love is abundance. Love exists in that realm of abundance. Love for you and all that you do and who you are and the body that you have. You can never ever send yourself too much love. We restrict the love and the conditions. So let's make it unconditional and allow yourself to have the love, all of the love. And this is often sometimes one of the blocks that we have as women and as humans, is that we don't feel deserving of the abundance of love. So we do restrict, and we restrict by restricting our bodies. We restrict in that sense because we're like, oh, we couldn't possibly get any more love because I'm not perfect right now, or I haven't done this. No, you get more and 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 more love, more love. And that it's okay to receive that love inside of you. It's okay to experience the abundance of love. It's okay to receive that from you and from others. But we want it to come from you. To have that be from you and not depend on it from others. If our sense of love for ourselves and our love for our bodies depends on receiving attention from others, no, we're getting it wrong. But when we send it to ourselves, and we intentionally send it to ourselves by standing in front of that mirror, looking down at your body, really honoring your body and trusting that your body will tell you what movement it wants and food that it wants and what feels good and what doesn't feel good. This is the connection. This is the love connection that you get to have. We don't want to cut off our body because it's such a huge source of love and information that we have. And one last thing I want to say is, so many of us do cut off ourselves from our body or use our body to hide. This is sometimes what happens when we do from, one end is like the perfectionist side is like, I don't want to be seen as my true self and I need to be perfect. And that's when, places like, or that's when disorders happen like anorexia and bulimia and things like that, is because I need to be so perfect and I'm restricting myself so much because I don't feel deserving of love unless I am so perfect. So the sense of love is like on mega restriction. That is one way that often happens. And sometimes we go on to the other side where we also then hide ourselves too because we don't feel like we're deserving of love. And we protect ourselves by eating a lot or gaining weight to then we're kind of hiding in our bodies. We use our bodies to hide, kind of like we're hiding ourselves because we're not really showing up in a body of love. We're showing up in a body of hiding and protections, which we've talked about before. So we just want to notice these pieces, and this is when we are moving and acting out of alignment with love. That's in the more of the Jafar status. So you can ask yourself, is this my soul queen talking, or is this like a Jafar type of voice coming in? You'll know the difference. And if it's hard to know the difference, you'll start to learn the difference. This is what this awareness piece really gets to be and really gets to expand. So love in your body, love, 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 love in your body, and just practice standing in front of that mirror and loving, and make sure you see the back side too. Make sure you look at the back side too, not just the front side. And pointing out all the pieces of sending love, right? If it's hard for you to say, I love this part of me despite, because we can say despite the like cellulite or despite the like extra, like right now my love handles, whoop, it's gonna fall down. I've got the handles, but I'm gonna love myself not despite, but because of this. I get to love me because of this. And as you're sending that love, it's just, you can just say, I love my nose, I love my breasts, I love my stomach, I'm sending love to my stomach, I'm sending love to my blood, I'm sending love to my liver, I'm sending love, to my ears, I'm sending love, love, love to all parts of me. And even if your body tries to nitpick things, claim back the power, claim back the power. All right, ladies, that is it for today. And so practice in that loving of your body piece, and it's unconditional love. Unconditional love. And I'm excited for our last lesson. I cannot believe I just said that. Our last lesson. It's crazy. Hello, lovely. So I'm hopping off, but I will see you in our last lesson, and then we'll have our Q&A and celebration that's coming up too. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Love your body, love you, trust your body, honor your body, move in love, be in love, talk in love, and I will see you next week. Bye, ladies.